People have been advised
Hi, friends.
by Canadian Mounted Police to stay away from windows.
This is called Point Piso.
Roofs. Are you there alone
Presenting facts.
in that area, in that office?
Another shooting by, of course, the Islam Psychotic ISO.
Watching this incredible action take place.
Creating havoc.
And when you say incredible
7th century psychopath.
Or do you believe that
Fighting the 21st century ChristPsychosis in control of all the Western governments.
I've never seen before, and I've
Look
been
at
here
this.
for 41 years as an elected representative and as a senator. I've never seen this kind of activity of the different police forces here with their through teams and so on, with their automatic weapons.
And of course, you will never see that because we're in an insane world now. Nobody equates religious belief that are responsible for all this nonsense as a psychosis, the neural HIV. And it's amazing that they don't see that. And of course, today is the 22nd of October. You know what the 2nd of October is? It's Rapture Day. That's the day that in 1844, William Miller of the Millerites, the ChristPsychosis infected Millerites, was waiting for Jesus to come back. And he never showed up. So they were all disappointed. 1844, the great disappointment. It's all related to this. Those people that ignore the past, don't connect the dots, use the deductive reasoning and thinking in a healthy, in other words, an atheist brain, mentally healthy atheist brain, they don't know what's going on in the world. This is the problem. And I'm going to explain about the 22nd of October. Why this Rapture Day?
There was a shooting in Canada, in Ottawa, the capital of Canada.
This is what's happening now. See, people forget everything in the Western world, everything, including languages, everything, all the religion, the many religions, the religion, the government, the laws, the system, the architecture, everything, even the food, everything came from the Roman Empire. Everything that you see here, it came from the Roman Empire. That was vast. They didn't speak in modern languages in ancient times. They all speak Greek, Latin, and the different variations of the different provinces. Oh, and this is the Roman Empire. Right here. All of this. And this is where? Look at that. Everything comes from the Roman Empire. The laws, everything. So you can see, you know, if you keep the Catholic Church, or it's universal, and all the churches, all the Christians, all the Islam, the Jews, so-called Jews, they were Roman citizens of the province of Judea, Palestina. They were all Romans, abiding by Roman religions, the different religions, and the main religion was that of the emperor, the divine emperor, that was a Jesus Christ, a title. All comes from there. This shooting in Canada, that you see that, and ISIL and all this nonsense, is religious psychosis.
This mental illness of ChristPsychosis has been going on for 1700 years. So look at this. This is, they are beatified, they make this one of the popes a saint. This is a psychosis, a schizophrenia, nobody sees.
Do you see English or French or German or any other languages here? Arabic or all that? No. Look at this. Look at the provinces. Look at all these.
All Latin and Greek and its derivations.
And they evolve into the Christianity infected languages of today. The many variations of English, many variations of French, all those, they are all based on Christianity. since the 4th century. They evolve. That's just when you say today, you have all these roots that are all Latin that nobody understands because they're stupid. They're ignorant, and they keep all the ignorance in churches, mosques, synagogues, and places of religious worship that stack in the 4th century. You know, I love you with all my heart. That comes from this stupid notion of the heart being the organ that you think with. No, it's the brain. Nobody knows about the brain in those days. You see the problem? Oh, you're a spiritual. It comes from a spirit. That means air. Air in the lungs. There's such a thing as a soul and a spirit. But it all comes from that. Candidate. The word candidate comes from the candida, which means white. Toga candida, a white toga that all the people seeking office in the ancient Roman Empire wore. This white, that's where it's in the word candidate. And so many other people are stupid and ignorant. Liberal, the same thing. From free thinker. Conservative, meaning stagnating the intellect, stuck in the main, and that's a, conservative. So these people are imbeciles and they run the country. This is the problem today. Religious beliefs are a mental illness that stagnate the intellect, and the churches, mosques, synagogues that keep people stupid and uneducated, ignorant. That is the problem. And these people are in control of countries. They allow churches to be spreading the infection that nobody seems to see. This is the problem. But it all comes from here. All.
But as I know you know very well, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police have been monitoring this individual responsible.
They don't take him into custody or anything like that because they are religious people. They're Islam Psychotics. And they're religious. And religion is sanity. And it's not, I mean, they're mentally healthy and they're okay. And they go to the mosque. No, they're getting their infection there. It's like an HIV of the brain. Lays dormant. Like Islam psychotic positive, Christian psychotic positive. And there are many strains of this mental illness of religious belief. Some begot belief or imaginary friend belief. That is the reason. Jews are stupid idiots looking for a temple of Solomon. There's such a thing. Solomon is a title. Look at this. You don't see Jerusalem in there. The lake of, Gallia, Galilee. This thing exists. Galilee is Gallia, which is Gallia is here in France. The Sea of Galilee on this Christian bullshit. It's amazing how stupid these people are. Jesus Christ is a title. All this stuff is a title. There's no evidence of a Jesus Christ or Christianity or any of that nonsense in the cities of Pompeii, Herculaneum, Estabiano, Plontis, and all that. Zero. And nobody seems to see this. I mean, how stupid can these archaeologists be? Because they keep their mind concentrated on the stupid Bible created by the Universal Church of the Christians, the Catholic Church, in the 325. After the Constantine took over, this Christian criminal created Christianity. And with all of them, created all the different sects of Judaism and Islam and all this redstone nonsense based on a sacrifice, Christus, which is all in blood sacrifice, which is the killing of Julius Caesar, 44 BCE. The son of Venus, the creator, the god, the divine person considered Divus Julius Caesar with all these temples. And nobody sees it. But that's what everything came from, right here. And of course, all this Bible nonsense, 22nd of October, 23rd was the creation of the world, is all due to ChristPsychosis after this disintegration of the Roman Empire. This is from the 16th century because of the Bible crap. This book of mythology that everybody follows as true, this is the problem. And the whole thing with the rapture nonsense started with this. Bishop Usher. This lunatic, this ChristPsychotic, only read the Bible all the time. And he says the Bible was, the world was created on Sunday, 23rd of October, 4004 BC, because of the Bible crap. See? And from that came around the Millerites, 1844, in the United States. That all these ChristPsychotic infected imbeciles that believe in the Bible They stopped believing the rapture, that Christ was coming the 22nd of October. And it all started because of the creation, because in the Bible it says that it will come the 22nd of October. That's when the rapture was. And in 1844, then you have the Christ-psychotic Ellen White, William Miller, 1844, the disappointment and all this. And then from that, all that turned into the Seventh-day Adventists and all the really crazy people that believe in raptures and ancient aliens and all the nonsense. They're all Christ-psychotics. And they have all the Adventists like Jim Miller, the same thing. Jim Miller, Jones, when he came in Guyana massacre, and then you have Koresh. They're all Adventists. They're all in this rapture nonsense that is still around today in the 21st century. This is crazy. And these people are not put in mental hospitals they belong. And they spread all this crap in churches. Everything. Corrupted the mind of children, keeping them ignorant and stupid. And this is the problem. The United States of America doesn't have an education system. The United States of America is the most ignorant, deluded nation on the planet because of this churches crap. And Saudi Arabia, all these mosques make people stupid. It's back in the 7th century, and they pray 5 times a day, so they're more psychotic and more conditioned than the Christians are. So this is the problem. This prayer and reading and the Quran and memorizing and this is the problem. In this country, nobody sees it. It's a mental illness and nobody sees HIV of the brain. So there is your rapture.
Citizens have certain rights under our domestic law. But in Canada and the United States, we have the same Terrorism Act. We brought in after 9/11 special rules that allow the police to go further than their domestic law. So the general public are going to be asking the question.
Look into the churches. They are centers of infection. Churches, mosques, and all, they pray to imaginary friends. That's what they get the HIV of the brain. Right there. And people with weak brains, they will actually develop full-blown Christ-psychosis, full-blown Islam psychosis. In other words, they get planes into buildings like in 9/11. They destroy things, they kill people, they chop people's heads off all over the world thanks to this. And if you don't connect religious to a mental illness, it's a very severe mental illness like a schizophrenia. One of the schizophrenia, but paranoia, schizophrenia combined with many other anomalies of the brain, then you don't get anywhere. This is what happens. You have to connect faith, believing this nonsense, to a psychosis, to an HIV of the brain, something that lays dormant, just to wake up. And then you blow up buildings, you shoot people, you cut people's head off, you kill your children in the name of a zombie god. You prevent your children from having medicines. You circumcise them, you cut them, you in Kaparot, in the Jewish religion, psychosis, you take the chicken and you kill them and you bless them during the Hanukkah. I mean, this is psychosis, people. That's a psychosis. Call it what you want to call it, but it's psychosis. Religious belief originated in the brain is a mental illness, a very dangerous mental illness. And it will continue to happen until people wake up, especially mentally healthy, in other words, atheists, scientists and intellectuals define religion for what it is. It's one of the schizophrenia, is a very dangerous, dormant neurological disorder, a cancer of the neural array. To show you the gravest problem in the United States with Christ-psychosis, the HIV, I got banned from Facebook for 30 days because somebody complained, a Christ-psychotic infected imbecile complained. This country is screwed up, my friends. I got banned for posting the truth about Ebola due to Christ-psychotic infected imbecile in Presbyterian Hospital. Christ-psychotic infected imbeciles. I posted this and they banned me for 30 days. This is what I posted. Just the truth. Nothing wrong with this. The truth. Christianity, and what is wrong with Zuckerberg? He's a billionaire infected imbecile, ignorant moron. You know, this is the problem. You know, I didn't post anything wrong, just the truth. And they banned me for just because I tell it like it is. This is what happens when idiots, billionaire morons like Zuckerberg stamp on everybody to be up to the top. I mean, he shut on everybody and completely everybody to reach what he is now.
one of the wealthiest idiots in this country. I got banned. 30 days got banned because of this. Exposing the truth.
On the hill, but we were okay, and we're in a building right across the road watching the whole
religious
window. We're all in
is a neurological disorder, a very dangerous disease of the brain that nobody seems to see.
Can you tell me how many members of the...
That is the reason of all these shootings and all these problems. People don't see it.
Safely out of the building.
You have to express in churches, in mosques, synagogues. We have to get rid of all these centers of infection. Churches, people that believe in God are schizophrenic.
3 exits.
They're like HIV infected in the brain. You have a problem with the brain. They don't see it.
The parliamentary building, so
incredible. That's the problem of all this.
The gunman came, but fortunately,
this is happening, of course, in Canada, the Parliament House, seat of government. But then, look at the symbolism. Nobody sees that. It's irrelevant. It is a Christianity-infected nation from 1700 years. And the symbols are obvious. Look at the symbols. Look at the lions. These are the lions of Cybele. The goddess Cybele. Cybele means cube. And cube, Kaaba means cube. So Islam psychosis, Christ psychosis, Judaism psychosis, all these psychoses over 1700 years ago were born in the Roman Empire after the killing of the Julius Caesar, the Jesus Christ, the Savior, the Archerios Megistus. And this is obvious right here. This is where all this insanity comes from. We shouldn't have believed in imaginary friends, I for FIBA, imaginary friend or foe, irrational belief, acceptance at the core of all neurological disorders as something considered sane, and faith and religion. Religion is a psychosis, and there's the results. But look at the lions in the architecture. 1, 2 in the front. Symbolized in England? No. England was originally a province of the Roman Empire. Albion, which means white. You know, the white cliffs of Dover. Albion, the Romans call it Albion. Londinium is London. They're all Roman, under the Roman religion. The Roman religion of the divos, of the empire, of the gods of the empire. Claudius was considered Jesus Christ. Colchester, Cumulubdunum, there's a temple of the divine Claudius, temple of the divine Augustus, temple of, is all come from the religion, the Roman Empire. Islam comes from the Roman Empire, the many sects, 73 sects. Christianity, the hundreds and hundreds of sects of Christianity, Christ psychosis. Hundreds of the other Judaism psychosis. They all come from the vast, huge Roman Empire. All this stuff. So we should have history. We have to learn history. Learn where all this stuff come from. You know, this ISIL, Islam Psychotics, they're stuck in the 7th century. They're criminals. They're people stuck believing in all this nonsense. So until we define religion as a mental illness, one of these schizophrenias, and closing all the churches and mosques and synagogues, this will continue. Like I've said ad nauseum. I've been saying that in all my videos. This nonsense will continue. You have to define religious belief as a psychosis. You cannot consider Islam a peaceful religion. No, Islam is a psychosis like Christianity is. They're disorders of the brain. And when they become full-blown, then you have these things. Then you have the shooting, you have ISIL, you have the Crusaders, you have the Holocaust with Hitler, the Christian Hitler. You have all these defects. You have people like Jim Jones, 900 killed in Guyana in 1978. People forget this. So you have Koresh. They're all Christians. They're all Christ psychotics. Full-blown Christ psychotics. But yet, all these people go to church and this is considered normal. No, if you go to church, you're infected. It's like an HIV positive person. You know, that looks healthy, but it's actually has the virus. Same thing with religion. If you believe in that, deeply believe, you have the virus. The religious virus. And you go to church or a mosque or synagogue or all that, and you believe in the hocus pocus, and you believe it's fine, and everybody sees that you're fine, and they're building churches and synagogues all over the place, but they are centers of infection. They keep your brain stuck in the Middle Ages. It's stuck in this believing all this nonsense, and you keep believing it because your brain is weak. And then it can blow up at any time. It can become like ISIL,
And then you say, oh, these are terrorists. No, they're all full-blown psychotics. Thanks to religious psychosis. It's the neurological disorder, the HIV of the brain. I call it HIV of the brain. It's my own word. The HIV of the neural array that nobody seems to see, including atheists, mentally healthy, because an atheist is a mentally healthy, sane person, including the mentally healthy atheist scientists and intellectuals all over the world. And they don't see it. Some of them do, but they don't. You don't link. Americans don't link. Scientists don't link. Some do, but the majority don't link. Believe in imaginary friends, or means I for FIBA, imaginary friend or foe, irrational belief, accept created in the brain by as a very, very serious neurological disorder, worse than any cancer, worse than any other disease, because it affects the brain. And the brain, if you're controlling countries, you can drop an atomic bomb. Look at what happened to Hitler. ChristPsychosis infected. 6 million Jews killed and people killed, and all due to the religion, the psychosis nobody sees, the HIV of the brain, religious psychosis. See, now they have the Hajj, Islam Psychotics ceremony. They're 73 sects, don't forget that. And look at this, what's happening. They go all around a black cube, going all around being psychotic. This is schizophrenia, this is theotardism. And if you're a Muslim, you have to believe all that nonsense. And then on top of that, this is representation of the goddess Cybele, as I was saying, and the Hajj and all that is ancient evolved. Everything evolved from Roman religion, and that's what it is. And you cannot believe in this ceremonies to be reality today. In this 21st century, these are all theotarded. They are stacked in the past, these people. And religious is a neurological disorder, very dangerous. And they look okay when they do this, but what about if they start thinking about the prophet and all that, and go and get planes into buildings and kill people, and like happened now in Canada? Oh, then there is a problem with these people, they're terrorists. No, all religions are terrorism of the brain, and they are dangerous, and that's the reason all the churches should be shut down. People that believe in God should be put in mental hospitals. That's what you have to do with these people, all of them. If you believe in God, you cannot be in government. You cannot run a country at all. And these idiots in dresses, these Muslim clerics and Christ-psychotic Christian clerics and all these people, they have a problem with the brain. They should be put in mental hospital. And mentally healthy atheists like Dawkins and the rest shouldn't even give him a time of the day to these idiots. If you believe in God and all that, you have a big mega church and all that stuff, you have a problem with the brain and you're infecting people. If you're a rabbi circumcising kids, cutting their penises, you have a problem. You're a psychopath. Because you do it because of religious psychosis, because the problem that you have. So if you're a Hindu and you're doing all this crazy stuff, you have a problem with the brain. The problem is that only if they kill people, that's when they're considered terrorists. No, the brain is there. It's like HIV positive. You know, they're okay, they look sane, but in the moment that the disease becomes full blown, then they are considered full blown AIDS, and that's exactly what happened. Full religious psychosis blown up. Like people that shoot in American schools and shooting all that, it's all due to Christianity because they're brought up in the Christianity-infected homes. And the brain cannot fend off the fantasies, and they remain theotarded Christians. If you get rid of the fantasies, you become an atheist. In other words, you are mentally healthy. And this is what they don't understand.
Notice these lions on the entrance of the Parliament House in Ottawa, Canada. Where do you think they came from? Here is the mother goddess, Cybele, from the Neolithic, with lions.
Over 12,000 years ago. That's what all the mother goddess of Cybele and all that stuff. But look at this. This is the very primitive thing. But look, it has two lions next to each other. Look at that. That's what all the Cybele and all these mother goddess come over with, the lions. They represent the sun god, the race of the sun god. Here is Cybele. From that's like, like about over 2,000 years ago. They're from Bithynia. Look at the headdress. It's a city with the walls. But the name means cube. And look at now, he has lions in it. It's a better sculpture. Some have lions, some don't have it. This one only have one in here. But now it's just holding a cornucopia, abundance, and all that. And there's a lot of symbolism in here, but it still has the city. See? Or the city with the walls of the city. She is a cube. She's a mother goddess. It's the vagina in the sky also, equated to Venus. Muhammad. There's no evidence he existed, but look at that. Here's the Kaaba here.
The goddess Kibele now has transformed herself into the shape, into the sacred geometrical shape of the square, the Pythagoras. Because the vagina is like a triangle. Two triangles together form a square, which is a sacred form, sacred gematria. Hence, the sacred black cube.
His face is covered because it's too sacred. Nobody can depict the prophet. There's 73 sects of this crap. Muhammad giving a tour of heaven by an angel. This in the hadith. All these things, it's a hallucinogenic trip. These people took a bunch of drugs, like the old sacraments, and there is your hallucinogenic trip. And this is what the Islams believe. The Christians are no different. All religions are a mental illness. All this crap. But they're okay as long as they don't kill people. If they start killing people, oh, they're terrorists. No, they're all the same. Religion is a psychosis. The proof of what I'm telling you is the truth is, look at this. This is from Dura Europos. 3rd century, all Roman in the province of Judea, Palestina. And guess what? The priest wearing a Roman toga is having a sacred black cube on his head. That is the Kaaba, the so-called Kaaba. This is 300 years before all this Islam crap came around. But look at this. The evidence is right there. All the Jews are also Roman citizens. Everything comes from the Roman Empire. Everything. These are 2,500 Persian reliefs. The same ceremonies to the imaginary friend gods. No excuse for having all this crap today in the 21st century. This is the same like the Vatican, these Christ-psychotic infected imbeciles, and the Muslims and all these idiots with the religious crap. It's the same thing. And it's a theotardism to actually do it today in the 21st century. Persian tombs in the shape of a cross, because the cross is never a symbol of torture. There is no evidence the Roman crucified people. It's a Christian invention. Idiots. And this here, you see, the tombs are in the shape of the sun god. They are crosses. The tombs of the Achaemenid Persian divine emperors. As you can see, that is a fact. I'm not making this up. This is reality. So believing in God today, these imaginary friends with all these ceremonies, it is a mental illness. It's a neurological disorder. It's no excuse to have a 7th century beliefs today in the 21st. That's called theotardism. Just call me Prophet Kalpun Piso. As I'm making this video, that just happened today, just about 2-3 hours ago, I was thinking, Islam Psychosis and talking about all this, and guess what? Now they identify the shooter, a convert to Islam, from ChristPsychosis to Islam Psychosis. Here it is. I'm not making this up. Look at that. There you go. There you go. See what I mean? See what I mean? Convert to Islam. They didn't say ISIS. Islam. The 73 sects of Islam Psychosis. I rest my case. Religious beliefs is a neurological disorder. Some believe FOFIBA is a brain disease, an HIV of the neural array.
And all religious psychoses are connected with sacred dates and all that. That's the reason you have 22nd of October as a Rapture day. I bet you anything the shooter chose this day, today, 22nd of October, for the shooting, especially.
Keep in mind, friends, if you believe in God, you are a theotard, and God is an FOFIBA, imaginary friend or foe, irrational belief, acceptance at the core of all neurological disorders and all religions on the planet. The more you know, the more difficult it is for others to lie to you. So in pace deorum, keep it healthy. In other words, an atheist scientist is the best. Feed your brains with knowledge so you don't accept ChristPsychosis bullshit.